Alright guys, we are back in the garage today and I'm taking you through a couch stretch routine today. And this is a stretch that's really for the front of the leg, it's for the thigh, the quadricep, it's also for the hip flexors and even for the psoas, which runs through the pelvis. And so this is really going to help us. Many of us nowadays, we really struggle with really a lot of tightness in our hips. It limits our range of motion in our squat, limits our posture, often causes us to be hyperextended all the time because our hips don't have the range of motion to let us get to here, this full extension here. So this couch stretch is going to be a progression into a full stretch. I'll show you what we're aiming for, but also I'm going to get to how we start into that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here. Okay, I have both knees on the ground. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the top of my foot on a wall. Theoretically, you can do this on the arm of your couch if you have one. That's why it's called a couch stretch, but I prefer a wall. So I put the top of my foot on the wall, and then I'm gonna put my knee as close to the wall as I can get it. Okay, so here I am, close to the wall as I can get. Now, this is my starting position. I have one knee back here and one knee up here, okay? Pad yourself as much as you need to. I'm using a yoga mat right here. You can also use a pillow, you can use a towel, you can use a folded up shirt, whatever is comfortable for you. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to push my hips forward, okay? So this is the key part of this stretch is you want to be flexing this glute, flexing your butt to activate your hips, actively push your hips forward and down in this part of the stretch, okay? I'm not just trying to push myself into the wall, I'm trying to push my hips forward to get myself lengthened. I want to align my thigh with my stomach, my core. I want it all to be one straight line. So if this is your spot, you're feeling a big stretch here, then this is where you want to hang out for 2 minutes aside, okay? 2 minutes here, this is where you want to hang out. If you're feeling like, okay, I'm in this stretch, I've felt a little bit of a stretch, but now that feeling of a stretch is going away, it's feeling pretty easy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the second part of the progression. I'm going to bring this foot up here, okay? Now I can still keep my hands down, both hands inside of my foot. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push my hips, activate that glute to be actively pushing my hips forward into this stretch. Now, for a lot of people, even I right now, I'm feeling a stretch in the front of my hip right now. Okay, this is a good thing. I want to be stretching right here. It's really going to loosen up my ability to squat deep into a squat, to move, to walk right. A lot of things. If you're feeling like you're able to go a little bit higher, okay, I'll put one elbow up on this, okay? This allows me to get my torso a little bit higher. I'm gonna still push my hips. I'm activating my glute, actively pushing my hips forward into this stretch. If you're not pushing your hips forward, you're not gonna feel it. If I'm just way back here and I'm gonna feel a little bit of stretch in my quad here, but what we're aiming for is a hip. In order to do that, I gotta push my hips forward, lean into this front foot. Okay, now if you feel like you got a good stretch here, the goal here is to eventually be able to push my butt back into my heel, come up. You can use something else if you need to here, like I'm able to use these weights right here, but the goal is to actively push my glute, activate my glute so I can keep a straight line up here. If you feel yourself arching, pushing your chest out, if you could feel your rib cage here, then you shouldn't be here. It's not where you want to be, okay? If you're having to hyperextend to try to get up to this straight position, then you need to come back down to here, okay? But if you're able to activate your glutes and push forward, this is the goal, to finally be up here, to have a straight up and down posture. And I'm feeling a massive stretch. This is not a comfortable stretch. You want to keep your foot as straight up and down as you can, so you're not dumping some tension off to the side, okay? So I'm going to hold this position for up to a minute. Once I finally get into this position, I'm going to try to breathe long, deep, slow breaths. Embrace the storm. It's going to be tough. Okay? I'm uncomfortable right now. This feels crazy. Okay? This is going to be a big stretch for many of us because a lot of us just get shortened tissues here from sitting a lot, from squatting a lot, from just a lot of things that will make this stiff. Okay? So, take deep breaths, long, deep breath, and then slow exhale. Okay, and as you come back down out of this, you want to come out of it slowly, okay? Slowly lean forward and then slowly rotate your foot off the wall, okay? Now, if you're like me, your ankles might get a little bit tight from this, and so you're going to bring that foot forward. You're going to do a short little ankle stretch here. Just kind of lean into that, get your ankle moving again, and then you're ready to go to the other side. So this is a couch stretch, 2 minutes per side. Work on that progression to get into that couch stretch and embrace the storm. Embrace the stretch. It's going to make you feel awesome. It's going to really allow you to get into that deep squat. This is a great daily maintenance thing. I challenge you to do it several times a day. It's also great to do post warm up. You get a little bit warmed up, go through a couch stretch, then you can get into your squat routine, getting warmed up to your working sets. So it's a great stretch for you. Go for it today.